Okay, so if you go to login, my login will look a little bit different than what you see on yours, simply because of the admin status. But you should have an admin box right there. But under your coaches box, you'll see a welcome and voting for polls. They're available, and that's just a simple grab a team you want to make number 1 and make them number 1, and do that 1 through 10. So you guys should vote before we get to the point of validation. All right, I'm going to come up under admin. You're going to see down, I don't know exactly how far on yours, but it'll be polls. You're going to see validate polls. So you'll click on that, and in the future, right now they're open to the public so that we can get them voted on. But in the future, you can come in and it will give you validation of polls. And I will give you more details on that for Sunday when they're closed. I'll work on a video and get that to you. And then so you understand when you go into that, you're going to set up the top 10 as you see fit based on researching max preps, researching under our standings lists or division lists where it gives records, and talking to other coaches, and then looking at the voting and kind of seeing where people are. One thing to remember is that coaches go in and vote, especially ones that are self-promoters, and they'll mark themselves much higher than they probably should be, if they even should be in the top 10 at all. But under the poll validation, you'll set it up, and it's using a plus and minus system, and you'll just have scores and for each team. And so like team number 1 will be 50 points, team number 2 will be 45 points, and so on down to the top 10. And then what you'll do is you'll let me know on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening when that's done. And between the closing of the polls and Sunday night, I need that validated. You guys can communicate with your co-coordinators, talk it out on the phone, and make sure that you guys all agree, and send that to me and get this taken care of, and we're good to go. Okay, so this is how we validate polls. First of all, you need to log in, and you're going to come under admin. Make sure that you see that the weekly polls are closed. They should close on Saturday. Select admin and come down to polls. My screen will look a little bit different than yours. You're going to click on validate polls. You're going to go into your division. So we'll say Division 7, and then the boys will be there and girls will be there. Now there are no teams, so you need to add teams. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and add Alverno. And you need to give them some points. Overall, all points will balance out the 1 through 10. So I'm going to say Alverno is number 1. I'm going to give them 55 points. And then you hit submit. And then you come down and you'll add your next team. And we'll give them 50 points because they're going to be number 2. Add one more team and then I'll play with a little bit more. Buckley. We're going to give them 10 points. Okay, so you'll do that for your top 10. You'll just keep adding points. Now, obviously, I've added 3 teams to the girls' Division 7. When the Division 7 coordinators go in, they're going to want to change this to what their actual top 10 balance would be. So what I mean by balance is you need to adjust the points. So actually, Buckley may be the best team in Division 7. So we're going to add on. We want to get them to 55 points, since that's what I'm setting as my number 1 point total. And that should work for a top 10. And you can have a tie in there. So your 55 points is a good system. And then once you get below 10, you can make it 1 point each per team, because you've got your top 10 and then the others are all balanced in there somewhere. So we're going to add 45 points, and we're going to take away 10 points from Alverno. They're not as good. We're going to actually end up reversing it and go Buckley, Calvary, Alverno. So you come down and now we've readjusted and everybody's in there. And that's all you do. Okay, you just continue to hit submit. Then I will go in, or one of our administrators will go in, and we actually finalize the polls. We click there and we finalize the polls. So your submissions are fine. You just keep submitting until you get it the way you want it by adding and subtracting points from each of them. And then we'll complete it once you email us to let us know that you have completed the polls. Now in the divisions, we do need people going in and changing, because we have all these teams without records. So we do need to have them go into the coach's box and report game results. Okay, and then you can go through. This is for my team. You can also add, I think over here, mass edit games. You can mass enter games for boys and girls. And so as you find them in Max Preps, you can change the date, select the team, so on. And there's a video for that also. If you have any questions, let me know.